Welcome everyone, today we'll have a guide for the special Windtrace event, and over here the most important thing is how do we get all of those Primogems. As you can see over here, the Primogems, there's a lot of them. Surprisingly, I thought maybe we're getting 300, but we're getting 420 Primogems. So there's 14 times of the 30 Primogems we can get, adding up to 420 Primogems. And there's also a lot more to be gotten as well. So very nice. Now let's come over to a note on how to get the most coins every day to maximize the speed run of the Primogems. On the first day, we can get 1200 of the coins. After that, each of the days, we can get 600 of the coins. So within 7 days, we can get 480 of the coins. And as you can see over here, on the first day, we can get 120 Primogems, and then on each of the following days, we can get 60 Primogems. And this is the way. So within 7 days, guys, we can speed run the 420 Primogems. And this is really nice. Now coming to the second part of the video, which will have a look at some of the tips for the rebels and also for the hunters. And the third part of the video, I'll share with you guys some of my replays of testing with the hunters and also rebels. It is much harder to be the hunter guys compared to the rebels. Rebels are so much easier finding hiding spots and also, playing mini games with hunters. It is much harder to be the hunters. And hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and to learn from the successful hunters. So there are games where the rebels won, there are also games where the hunters won. So let's have a look at the tips and also guides I have for you guys, and also how the skills work, what are the skills cooldowns, and finally the raid play for all of my games, which are quite interesting. I'll show you guys those as well. You'll be like, oh my god, she's so silly, right? Now coming over to some of the raid plays and also tips for the best hiding spots for this particular game. And this is in Dragonspine. Notice that I'm using the visual abstraction to hide myself in a spot that not only I can't see anyone, no one can see me. So depending on the hunter's special skills, I was hiding there for an extended period of time. She couldn't find me. And then I froze to death. So if you die in the mini hunt game, you'll actually be punished, you'll be automatically captured. You don't want to freeze to death. Although you're finding a really good spot, guys, keep in mind, some of those good spots, especially the Dragonspine one, you want to be next to fire. And this is my small tip. I found a really good spot for the Dragonspine, and the downside is I wasn't next to fire. And also, about finding a really good spot. So if I go back to a bit of my replays, notice over here I started with a normal spot, which gives me better vision. The second tip I have for you guys is, you don't need to have a spot which you have like super good hiding. What you can see is, notice that I can keep track of the hunters on the minimap. Notice the hunter Chi-Chi is going to appear over there, and notice that she is coming for those things, right? Now if you look correctly, as she tries to jump up, I start to move. And I actually start to move behind her, and this means that the places she have checked already is not going to check again, right? She's going to do a full rotation. You go to the places that way they have checked already, and this becomes the best hiding spot, because obviously they're not going to come back for this. And this is a really good combination to get some of the best hiding spots, is to use the visual abstractions and also to go to the spot they have checked already. You're basically following them and using their blind spot. Now coming over to another tip of the rebels, notice that the hunter Chi-Chi was actually making her rotation. What I want to do is, I want to go where she's located, so I came out of my hiding spot, then I started moving. And I also use my invisibility spell, so this way, if she tries to track me down, she can't. I went right direct to the last place she checked. So this way, this gives me more chances to actually, actually be able to avoid her. But something happened, as you guys are going to see in the replay. The particular energy of all the particular art happened to land on my head as I was running around, and this actually freaked me out. I decided to start running. I should have stayed where I am. As you're gonna see on the third part of the replay, you're gonna see me start running, and I was like, oh no, this actually gave away my position. Maybe I should have stayed calm and stayed cool for this one, which is quite important. Now if you guys happen to be a hunter instead of the rebel in this case, then this gets a little interesting. In my first game, I was actually a hunter, and I do recommend us actually picking the first spell or maybe the third spell. Now you can only cast your hunter spells once. The Insight have 20-second cooldown and will show you where the enemy is, and Hunter's Intuition will lock down one enemy, while the Imprisonment Curse is like an ultimate one. I still think Imprisonment Curse may be the best one, and it is the goal to capture enemies by using your particular art spell, which you can see in the next part of this video. We're going to talk about which of the spells does what, and how does the cooldown goes, how does everything goes. Because you only cast these once, I do think the Imprisonment Curse or the Hunter's Intuition is much better. And I was able to catch one of the rebels using my art spell, which is actually really nice. It's actually super hard to be a hunter, and I do have some tips. As you guys go through to become a hunter, notice that here I have used the hunter spell to check where the enemies are, but I'm not checking using my capture spell. It's much better, guys, to check with your capture spell. And also, you got to pay close attention on your minimap. Notice here I was paying attention on my minimap, and my minimap was going red, but I couldn't find an enemy. Because this map is especially hard to find when enemies are, because they might not be in a common place. They might be hiding behind the trees, they might be hiding behind something on top of the tree. You got to check for spots that's harder to find, not on the plain ground, because players are very smart. And notice I'm not finding them because of this. So there's a few small tips, and we'll also go through the choices of the spells as well. Now coming over to a summary notes of the list of different rebel arts and also special techniques with the favor, and also list of the hunter arts and also a lot of the special techniques with the secret favor. What we can see from the background on the official post is that there's a lot of ways to do things, and over here I have taken down the cooldown timers and everything with the details with different choices. So starting with the special rebel abilities, we can see that the elemental spells of the combat spell will be replaced by disguise. And when disguising, when pricing disguise, we'll disguise ourselves into a random object that's in the area. When holding down the disguise, we'll remove the disguise. If we're trying to glide or swim, the disguise will disappear. Over here we can see the demonstration within the mini event. You can see that you can keep pressing the disguise to change into a different object. And later we can see you can also move while disguising. And now coming to the first choice of the rebel ability, which is the normal attack replaced by the lay bait. This one allows us to confuse the hunter. Now if the hunter is trying to catch the particular bait we laid on the floor, they will be blinded shortly, and this disguise will be the same shape as our current disguise. So you can see in the background over here, you can see that if we're disguised as a box, we can lay a box as a trap. This may be very good at the early of the game, but later in game this becomes less useful. And over here we can see, when the hunter tries to catch a bait, not only do their skills go onto cooldown, they will be also blinded for a short period of time, which makes them harder to find us. Now the second choice of normal attack ability for the rebel is going to be transparency. I really do like this one, because this one allows you to go onto the hide mode. This will also dispel any of the current disguise you have, but this will turn you invisible for 5 seconds. They still have a 30-second cooldown, which becomes a 25-second downtime. So during this transparency period, we'll still be affected if the hunter tries to capture us, and we'll also still be affected by some of the tracking abilities. But it is much visually harder for the hunters to capture us, and this will become especially useful in the late stage of the game. As we can see over here, notice the traveler is invisible, and the timer when we count this one is about 5 seconds for the invisibility, and the cooldown for this one is 30 seconds. Now for the duration of the minigame, there will be a special secret favor that appears randomly on the field, and both parties can capture this one. There is more benefit for the hunters to capture this one, but if the rebel capture this one, this removes the chance for the hunters to capture this. The hunters can gain a random spell out of the 3 spells, while the rebel can only have 1 spell. So coming over to our notes, for the rebels, if they happen to capture the secret favor, the rebel will get a star step art. This will replace the elemental burst spell, and this will greatly increase the movement speed of the rebel for 30 seconds. This does have a cooldown of 10 seconds, so that means you can definitely sprint super fast when you have the secret favor, and this makes the hunter harder to capture you. And while sprinting, if he also goes invisible, I think this is a really good combo. So this is like the rogue sprinting World of Warcraft, and this is actually really powerful, especially in the late stage of the game, where hiding is not going to be a big factor. You want to get away from hunters, you also want to go invisible. Now coming over to the list of special hunter arts. The first one we have is going to be the normal attack replaced by Sensor Aura. This allows you to send out an aura, which will notify you if there's a rebel hiding around. This also highlights on the minimap, which shows us the red flashes. This does have a 6-second cooldown with 3 different charges, but keep in mind guys, the radius of this one is pretty small. Now if we come to the demonstration within the game, notice that the hunter is testing if this is a bait or if this is a real rebel that's hiding in the box. So notice the mini screen went red, and also there's an exclamation mark on his head. That means you have found the rebel. You can then use your special capture ability to capture them. Now the second choice for the normal attack slot for the hunters is going to be the Mysterious Hunch. For this particular spell, it will show you the direction of the rebels are hiding. It's like a questing pathway which shows you where to follow them. This particular spell does have a 45-second cooldown and only 1 charge. Notice that the first choice with the aura is a really low cooldown and lots of charges, while the second one allows you to be more precise where the rebels are, but it does not tell you which is a bait, which is a real rebel. So this one may be more useful if the rebels are very good at hiding, or if the map is really big and you have trouble in finding rebels. As we can see in the demonstration over here, notice that after casting this spell goes on cooldown for 45 seconds, while you will be getting the signs over here to tell you the little, the questing steps of where the directions of the rebels are hiding. Now the final spell for the hunter is going to be the capture spell. This is the replacement of the elemental spell. By casting this spell, it will dispel a disguise of the rebels and then allow you to capture them. This is quite straightforward. So basically, once you come across to a rebel that is hiding in a disguise, or if they're just running around, if you get close enough to them, you can use the capture ability to capture them. And once you have captured all of the rebels, you will get this particular notification that the hunter is charmed. So this is really powerful, and this also shows you how quickly you have captured them. So this is the ultimate skill for the hunters to capture the rebels. Now compared to the rebels, the hunters are less creative and they're quite straightforward. But the compensation is, the hunters will have 3 available secret favors, and those are very powerful. So the first one is going to be the imprisoning curse. By casting this spell, the hunter will randomly dispel one of the rebels' disguise and then restrict their movement. The rebel will be warned about this, but the rebel will be locked in place for 40 seconds. This spell does have a 40-second cooldown, but this is super powerful. Notice that in the demonstration over here, the rebel is disguised as a jug, and by casting this spell, the rebel is locked into place for 40 seconds. Now the problem is, the hunter does not know the location of the rebel, so this spell does not show you the location, but you will lock the rebel in for 40 seconds, and once you find them like this, you can capture them, because they can't move for 40 seconds. So this is more targeted towards one player. Now the second hunter favor is going to be the insight. This allows the hunter to dispel all of the disguise of the rebels, and this also marks them on the minimap and also on your map as a particular beam of light. The rebel will be unable to disguise again for 20 seconds, and during this time, they will be marked on your map. And this will allow the hunter to have a better chance in finding at least a few of the rebels, because all of them will be revealed on the map. Notice this one does have a lower cooldown of 20 seconds and the duration is 20 seconds. And this is when I was thinking, the rebel's disguise spell is much greatly affected if the hunter gets a particular insight or the next spell, because those will directly affect the disguise, and no matter how well you bait and how well you disguise, they can still find you. So as we can see in the demonstration over here, the rebel here is actually revealed for 20 seconds, and notice that there is also a beam of light on the head. This allows the hunter to have a better chance of capturing all of them. Although it's only for 20 seconds, the spell can go on to cooldown and you can cast again, and this makes it very powerful. So it's quite important to find those favors. And as you can see over here, you also see the rebels on the minimap. Now the final hunter favor spell is going to be the hunter's situation. For this particular spell, you will target one particular rebel randomly and dispel their disguise for a long period of time. If the rebel is also nearby the hunter, you will mark them down. The rebel is unable to disguise again during this for 60 seconds. This also have a 60-second cooldown. So what that means is, if you're looking for one particular person and you don't have much time left, this one will be directly targeting for one person. Not only removes the disguise, they also cannot disguise again. And when this happens, the hunter have a 60-second time window to track down the rebel. And I think this is more important for the rebel to be able to run faster and just get away from the hunters. And this will be quite interesting. Notice that in the demonstration, not only the rebel is locked down for 60 seconds, you also see the beam of light. So in comparison, the hunter's special secret favors are very powerful, with 20 seconds, 40 seconds, and also 60-second cooldown for different variety of use. Now as the time remaining for the minigame becomes lower, the hunter will also become stronger. They will also have faster movement speed and also lower capture cooldown. This allows them to have a better chance in capturing all of the rebels with this special ability. And this is why I said earlier, it is much more important for both the rebels and also the hunters to contest the favors. If the rebels get a favor, then they have a better chance in avoiding the hunters because the hunters can't use those special abilities. If the hunters get those favor, they can decide depending on the situation, they can be very powerful using those abilities. So it works both ways, and I think it's quite important for the rebels to deny the hunters from the special favors. Now coming over to our first game. We gotta be aware, guys, that you want to join randomly. So this way, oh, I'm actually the hunter. I was hoping that I was the rebel, but it's good. My first game is gonna be the hunter. So we gotta pick the insights. I thought it was picking at random, but it seems that we gotta pick them. What I'm thinking is, I think the hunter's intuition, and I'm thinking the sensor aura is better. Now this is a pretty sizable location. It's gonna be interesting. I was planning to go with the rebel. Now let's have a look. We have talked about those. This one have 40-second cooldown, this one have 20 seconds, this one have 60 seconds. I do think if I want to capture them one by one, this might be better. Or maybe I can go with this. Let's try this. Let's try inside. Because inside has 20-second cooldown, so I can capture more of them. Let's give it a try. Time for the Rosary Hunter. We know why Rosaries and Shell are peak, so it's more mobility. Oh, I can see where they're going. Very interesting. Hello there. So, my special ability with the left click will allow me to sense enemies or players around. The E is to hunt them down, and right click is to sprint, and also space to jump. Oh, I'm actually pretty excited. Let's see how many I can capture.
Work hard and live
So
each
many
day to the
straws,
fullest.
it seems.
That is what life in Mondstadt is all about, isn't it?
It's at night, so I run faster. Let's have a look, let's have a look. I don't think anyone over here. Let's try it. No. I think people will be on the side. No. Let's try this over here. Oh, so good with hiding. Now, as we go through this, we'll also look for good hiding spots as well. Let's try to capture one. Nope. Okay. So notice how I'm trying to find them, but my special senses are not finding them. Just I can actually see the chat. She just ran past me without noticing. That's actually pretty hard. It's supposed to light up though, I reckon. Oh, I pressed too many times. Where are they? Oh, I shouldn't be looking for straws. I should be looking for trees and other things, I reckon. But it's funny how you can actually see the chat here. Oh, someone's here. It's actually lighting up here. So notice how it's lighting up. So someone's definitely here. I just need to find out where. Are they actually up there? Okay, let me actually search for something else. So someone's definitely here. Question is exactly where? And how do I capture them? Oh gosh, I'm gonna fail this one so badly. Now where are the randomized loots, I wonder? Okay, that was a trap. I could not find them. And I also don't see the randomized randomized powers, the secret powers that I'm supposed to be getting. I think I have to contest the zone. Okay, let's go for it. So this one, this is my only chance now. Oh, out of stamina. Aha! Still trying to chase her. Oh. I got her, right? Yeah, I got her. I only got one. And that's with a favor too. I'm so bad. Okay, that was the first try. Wasn't easy, but at least we got one right. Okay, okay. Not great. Rebel's victory. I have failed. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Not bad though. So, how should I say this? There's definitely a lot more to learn. I got 180 for for capturing them or trying to capture them. Okay, now this is the second game. I'm finally a rebel. Finally. So I'm going to go with transparency, which allows us to go into... Oh, my alarm went off. So I'm going to go with transparency, which allows me to go invisible. Let's go ready. And my alarm was reminding me there's an event coming. I was like, duh. So let's get started. Now, Chi-Chi is gonna be over there. Where shall we hide? Let's go to a place that's harder for her to spot me, even when I'm hiding. Like somewhere over here. Yeah, this is okay. But I don't like the angle. I want to get a better angle. Okay. So we can actually see where the hunter is. Notice how on the minimap for the rebels you can see where the hunter is. You actually move around too. That's like pretty cool. Stealth mode. My transparency will allow me to go invisible. Oh no, she's coming my way. I wonder what spell the hunter pick actually. Oh no, she's over there. Oh, whoa, whoa, that was easy capture. It's gonna come for me. Just capturing. That just moved right. Did she see me? I don't think she saw me. This is the matter, guys. You go to the spot that they have already checked. Yeah, notice that the Chi-Chi player is actually just checking all the objects there. And I don't have anything to, how should I say it? Yeah, I don't have anything to distract her. So when she comes my way, I'm gonna run away again. Oh no, she's coming. No, 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 no. So I'm gonna run away over here. Did she see me? Yeah, this is my plan. I don't think she saw me. Notice that she went the other way around. So I'm gonna try to keep going to the places that she already checked. But I also want to use her, like blindside. Waiting for my cooldown again. So I'll travel where she is, using my invisibility now. Okay, she's over there. Let's go invisible. Let's travel to where she just went. Yeah, we're gonna go where she just went. Where's the favor? Where's the favor? Oh, it's right next to me. Oh, I got it. Oh, I was so lucky. So smart. Now she can't get a favor. Oh no, now she knows where I am. Oh no. Gotta run. I use my favor as well. As he's probably chasing me. Oh no, what you got me? No. It was my fault. So, I have been captured. So this is not bad. Not bad at all. So what I should have done is, notice that while I was running was because I got the favor, and that actually gave away my spot. Because if she comes to my spot, then she's gonna just check, right? So what I wanted to do is, I want to get away, but in getting away she actually followed me, and then I stopped moving. I should have kept moving. I have a better movement speed. So I was doing correctly with hiding, and this is the strategy to hide. You want to keep moving to where they have checked already. But just I gave away my spot. I did help the other guy though, because she can't find the other guy. Simply because I took the favor and she doesn't have the special ability. Now do we go? We won! I helped. Achieve victory. Not bad, not bad. Let's see how many points we get. Hey, 410. Let's try my smart, let's try my smart. So now coming over to our third game. I'm still the rebel. You got a 0-0, you got a 0-0. Transparency, lay bait, I'd still go with transparency. It worked really well on the second game for me. So still go with transparency. Hopefully the two other players connect though. Let's have a look. Still waiting for them. Let me get some water. Oh, one player connected. I'm waiting for one more now. They're probably still deciding the spells. So in terms of the disguise, I think the rebel checking spell, if I was going with the hunters, I'll pick the one that shows me where the rebels are instead of actually checking the traps. Notice that Chi-Chi was just checking everything and that was actually working. So there is a way to go with the hunters. I think hunter is definitely much harder. And you see, you saw my hunter ones, I only captured one. And I do think the better hunter capture mechanics will be the trap, the 40-second cooldown one, where you lock down the enemy so they can't move. Oh, Dragon Spine. So this is Diana, and we want to get away from her, of course. Can I be here? I want to be somewhere that people don't often look up. This is too obvious, right? Oh. Aha! This is the best hiding spot. Actually, oh, this is a good spot, let's find out. We're discovering the best hiding spots, that's my plan. We're getting frozen to death too. That box is moving. Did you see that box, guys? It's moving. I'm trying to use the blind side so that she actually doesn't see me, like here. So this is like a hiding spot I don't even see myself. But I won't see her coming though, that's a problem. I won't see the Diana coming. Depends what special skill she has. If she pinpoints my location, then I'm in trouble. If she checks the traps, then I'm fine. So I'm literally behind the eyes. And this is the ultimate hide and seek, guys. I don't even know where the hunter is. I know where she is, but you know, she wouldn't know where I am unless she actually sits here. Oh, I think she noticed me. Oh no, I'm actually gonna freeze to death. Dragon Spine. They did not think about this, did they? Good hiding spot, right? You see? You gotta find those spots that visually people can't see you. And in this sense... Oh, she captured one. Oh no. And the problem is, if there's only me left, and then she used the secret arc ability, I will be found. That's the problem. Oh, I'm gonna freeze to death. Did they even consider this? Come on, Dragon Spine. Oh, what can I do? Oh, that's right, I'm not next to fire. What happens when I die here? I actually don't know. I'm not coming out though. This is so silly. What happens when I die? Can I pop some potions? No, cannot use items. You can't die here, right? This is the perfect hiding spot. Except we are freezing to death here. I'm not moving, guys. I'll literally die here. It's not moving. I should have stayed next to fire. The other two players are fine, just me, right? Hey, just me. I'm gonna die.
Maybe this is just...
Oh, I died. Oh, when you die, they capture you. Really? Really? No, that's so silly. Okay, we did not see this coming, did we? Now she's gonna capture everyone because I failed. She's sight.
I'm flying! Huh?
That was so good. Why you do this? I guess this is the punishment of the secret hiding spot. Now what we need to do next time is, when we're about to freeze to death, we need to do what you call it. Oh, she found him. Yeah. When we're about to freeze to death, we need to go to the torch. Oof. What's this? Oh, what's this doing? Oh, look at this, she's trying to chase him. Oh, we lost. Okay, well played. So I think we got the gist of everything. And you know, the 3 games were really good testing to see what's happening. And now let's make a guide. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this bit of replay as well. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe and also turn the little bell on for the latest news. I'll be looking towards to make more builds, guides, tips, and news and event updates for us as we come further into the game. And as always, I wish you guys the best of luck with capturing and have the most fun in exploring this wonderful world.